Welcome back to Let's Talk Careers. I'm so excited to bring another amazing guest. Today we are speaking with Dr. Mauli Mahajan, who is the founder of My Compass Today and 3E Worldwide. We're going to be talking about all things careers, but before we do that, we're going to jump into Dr. Mahajan's career journey and some of her tips and strategies that you might be thinking about using with your students or children, either at school or at home. Welcome, Dr. Mahajan. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, Maria. Pleasure to be here.
Always excited to jump into career conversations. I know we've spoken in the past, but today I'm really excited because you've come up with this incredible program that teachers, counselors, and parents could be using with children. And I really believe it's a game changer for those younger children, most especially. But before we talk about My Compass Today, let's go down memory lane into your own career path and where it all began for you and how you found your way here. So that's a mouthful, but let's break it down into little bite-sized pieces. I know that your academic interests as a young teenager was psychology and counseling and research. But I'm thinking, when you were in high school, did you think that you wanted to be helping people in this capacity? And if you didn't, where were your academic interests?
So it's a very interesting question. When I began my journey, I was never serious about studies. And I think that goes for all the high schoolers, never thought of anything. But I was somewhat clear that I'm not good in science. I don't enjoy sciences. I never liked math. So negating or canceling out was my first priority. And then I was left with only humanities and life sciences. And in those days, psychology was not that popular. But an interesting fact is I wanted to help students, help people. An interesting fact is when I took up psychology, I had my family, neighbors, friends coming up and telling my parents, your daughter must have got really bad marks that she took psychology. So having said that, and also my parents wanted me to take fine arts because it was more popular and more accepting, socially accepting. And they made me go to several universities giving entrance exams. But I somehow was not sure whether that was my career path. I enjoyed drawing and designing, but as a hobby, not as a career. So having said that, I took up psychology, and over the years started enjoying counseling part of it. So through psychology, counseling came up as one of the course subjects. And in college, I thought that let me specialize in counseling. That's how then I got into Masters of Counseling, school counseling, which was not available in my city. It was available in US. So I went to US to do my counseling psychology for 2 years, and then came back to India and did my PhD. So that's what my journey was. Again, looking at the areas of concern for high school, because I went through it, my self-esteem was very low. And I always thought of identifying those techniques to enhance self-esteem. So that's what I took up as my PhD topic, that, how to raise self-esteem among adolescents. And that's what my specialization was. So that's where the mental health, well-being, counseling, psychology evolved over the period of years. And after doing that, I got into research. I got into university teaching psychology. And then eventually I thought, let me come to school base, and start working in the line of careers. In my master's program in US, we had a whole 3-credit course on career guidance and planning, where the submission of a project was to design a comprehensive career program from grade 1 to 12 in the school and the country that you're living in. That was always on the back of my mind, but never got a chance to work in that space. So when I joined a school as a career coach, that's what my intention was, to design something from grade 1 to 12. And I started working in that space. And now today, since last 1 year, it has come into existence, where this My Compass Today is a new portal that we have launched, keeping grade and today.
That is very inspiring for me to hear. Sorry, especially in my field of work. I do believe that a proactive approach to career readiness is essential, and too often this idea of career readiness tends to fall in those final years of high school. And it's really more of a university application process than it is career readiness. But that's a completely different conversation. I'm guilty of kind of bringing that in whenever I can. But I like that you mentioned the well-being aspect of it and also how you found your way into career development. Now, for young people, especially in this this journey of trying to unwrap their career interests and their career perspectives and really start to understand where their first choices might lead them to, there's a lot of talk about taking a test or doing some kind of a career assessment. Tell us, in terms of your experiences and your work and your process of helping young people by creating My Compass, where you sit on that sphere or on that spectrum of to test or not to test.
Well, psychometric testing has also evolved over the last couple of years, and you may see many different types of tests measuring different things, ranging from interest, ability, aptitude, skills. And parents do ask me similar questions like this, because it has caused a lot of confusion. Well, my answer to your question and to everyone would be, you can take a test, but that should be treated as a starting point of your exploration and research. You should not 100% rely on it. And I have 20% of parents doing that if a test says STEM or computers or robotics, they just make the kids take those careers up. So that's not the right way. But take a test. Test may give you a list of careers, or it may show you the profile or the personality or the careers that match the personality of the child. It should be a starting phase. Then the real journey begins, that, okay, it is narrowed down some aspects as per the child's interest and ability. Let's research those aspects. 3 months, 6 months, dive into the information about those careers, talk to the professionals in those careers, even do an internship or do a research and see whether you are cut off for that. And then make a sound decision as to, yes, I enjoyed this, no, I didn't enjoy it. So let the child then bring in, I always feel interest and ability both has to match. Any one.
I definitely align with that worldview. And the reason I asked you that question is because too often career development or career readiness is either a university application or a test. And it's important that specialists and experts like you kind of unwrap that perspective of, it shouldn't be the end result. It should be the beginning of that conversation, which is what you were saying. Yes. So, I mean, you have such a wealth of experience, Dr. Mahajan. Tell us more about what My Compass is and how you found your way to creating this program that makes you feel certain that it is the way forward to helping younger students on that career journey ahead.
Yeah. So working in the school space over the last 5 to 10 years, I always found kids, when they come to the grade of 9, 10, and 11, that's the time when most of the curriculum, name it IB, British Board, Indian curriculum, or any curriculum, they expect students to choose their subjects. So, and that time, I have seen the chaos and the stress the kids and the parents go through, because till now, what has happened over the period of primary and middle years, they have taken certain subjects, and now they have to choose subjects, new and from old, and have no clue what to take up. And they end up taking the subjects that they've been studying over the last couple of years. So that boils down to sciences, math, and a little bit of computer. And then they take those up. But you and I know that everybody is not cut off for the sciences. Everybody is not cut off for the humanities. Everybody is not cut off for the business line. Options need to be given. And I always felt that everybody talks, like you just now said, that everybody talks about careers and everything from grade 9, 10, and 11, 12. Nobody wants to explore or give opportunity to the younger kids. So that's what I made me start to think that why can't we catch them young? So while they are in younger years, say primary, ex- expose them to all the options of the world. And by the time they come in grade 9 and 10, where they have to actually make the selection, their selection becomes better.
Hmm.
So what we have done is in my compass today, when the child enters at grade 3, we introduce them to the 60 careers uh, uh, relevant to their age group. And then as they progress in grade 4, again 60 gets added up. Grade 5, again 60 gets added up. So by the time the child is in grade 9, they're exposed to 500 plus jobs of the world, which come under the 17 main clusters, like business. I mean, when we talk of business, people may talk of only 3 or 5 careers, or if you talk of health science, people, I have seen students enjoying bio and chem, and they feel that if I like bio and chem, medicine is the only line. So my purpose of designing something like this was that there are so many options out there. I want children to explore, get information about them, and then so that their decision becomes very sound.
Hmm.
That was the major purpose, that I found the gap, and that's how my compass today has been designed. It's an
So,
awareness platform. It's not a decision-making platform.
so tell us about the process. If I was a teacher, how could I use my compass today?
So what we've done is there are two ways it can be taken off. A parent can subscribe individually and take on. We encourage schools to have it because we have connected my compass to the curriculum of the school, where we train the teachers into using it as a resource in their class. For example, 2 weeks back, we had one school teachers introducing trade in grade 4, and that's where they connected all the business career in that. And so it can be used as a resource for the teachers. It can be used as a substitution class for the schools, because I know substitution is a big concern for all the schools. And also third, after school activity. I wanted that careers has to be an after school activity where systematically the child regularly gets awareness and inputs about careers, rather than suddenly coming to grade 9 and saying, hey, take a psychometric test.
Of course.
So teachers are the main, what do you say, they can connect the kids to the subjects and the relevance of those subjects in those careers.
This is really, really exciting. Now, I had a chance to look through the platform. I think it's really, the way that it was created, it's very animated, easy to sway through. If I was a parent or a teacher or a counselor, how can I reach out to you, Dr. Mahajan, to learn more about my compass today?
So more than happy to talk to everyone. The best way is to go on the website, that is www.mycompasstoday.com. The homepage speaks about the research, the purpose behind designing this program. Just to quickly take you through that, if you may test this in your own class, you can go to your class and ask kids to list down the number of names of careers they know. And the world research says that today kids know of maximum 7 to 15 careers they will list. And from them, 2, 3 are related to their parents, 2, 3 are socially recognized, like your medicine, STEM, engineering, and 2, 3 are related to where the future lies. So nowadays, you'll find many kids want to take computers, AI, robotics. So that's what the research is there on the homepage, and you can glance through it, and everything is very self-explanatory. You can log in and register and have the subscription for yourself. If the teachers want it for their school, I'll be more than happy to come and present it to the school leaders and show them across.
Fabulous. Thank you so much, Dr. Mahajan. We're going to have to bring it to a wrap right before we say goodbye. So I always ask my guests what their top 3 tips are, because I think it's in these top 3 tips that we can help young people to see things differently and also kind of gauge our own experiences. So if we were to ask you your top 3 tips, would you still say that interest and ability has to match, and that research is thoroughly about oneself, and that the career and subjects need to be studied, and it's okay to change your mind, but it's more important to have a positive attitude? Are those still your top 3 tips? And if not, How would you change
Yes. Yes, they are the ones, because that's where the baseline is, and especially the last one. We always hesitate, and we are always scared of mistakes. And I feel mistakes are good. I mean, I'm not encouraging kids to do mistakes on purpose, but we are too hard on ourselves. So
them?
if it's a mistake, learn from it, and that there's a lot of learning behind it, and then get on and try something else.
I love
So
that.
yes,
And
all the 3 points are perfect.
I always say to young people, there's no such thing as a mistake. I think in order to prepare for the future of work, an individual has to be adaptable. And so when we have that idea of I am going to adapt to changes, then there's no such thing as a mistake. It's really just about staying staying open to learning about oneself, as you were saying, and really thinking carefully about, if I make these choices, what are the influences going to be in my life? And then if we help students to think that way, there is no mistake, is there?
Yes, very well put. Sure.
Thank
I
you so
agree.
much. Thank you so much, Dr. Mahajan. I hate to wrap it short. I could talk on and on and on. This is my favorite conversation. We're definitely going to have to take this on to another platform in the near future. But if you are watching this right now and you're a parent, you're a teacher, you're a counselor, you're a school leader, or you know someone that works with young people, then I want you to really look out at My Compass today and listen to some of the work that Dr. Mahajan has been up to. It's very inspiring. And if you follow me, you know that All Things Careers is definitely a conversation that we need to be having more of with young children. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being here, Dr. Mahajan. I will see you all at our next Let's Talk Careers with Ms.V.